the Syrian conflict have everything to do with Islam and has nothing to do with Islam. The framework of the Syrian conflict is put into the framework of a tyrannical minority Shia leadership against a majority Sunni. Okay? So these themes, the Islamic themes are there. Sunni, Shia, Islam, oppression, and all these things. But the players who are involved are hiding under the rubric of jihad, because jihad is a military and social responsibility of the Muslim to defend himself and his family against oppression. But what is happening there and what is being scripted, okay, does not conform to the proper Islamic principles of quote unquote what is a jihad, what is a legitimate struggle, what can be done, what should not be done. Because what has happened is that with the invasion of the Russians' military might into Afghanistan, okay, has shaped the modern concept of jihad. Okay, and it is a neocon concept. Okay, it is not rooted in the Islamic tradition. This modern jihad. Okay, so in fact we need a jihad against jihad. And something similar like this had happened in Timbuktu. With the destabilization of Africa and the intrusion of the Portuguese, we had a lot of people, a lot of groups popping up fighting against each other, and the sheikhs of Timbuktu, they wrote a book. I'm trying to get my hands on it, or a manuscript called Jihad Against Jihad, because they were trying to deal with all the interscene and all the uprisings under the rubric under the flag of a legitimate jihad, a legitimate defense, a legitimate correction of oppression. And what has happened is that it has, there were so many conflicts that these scholars decided to put down, their thoughts about what was happening. And I'm seeing the same today in Syria, that you have about how much? 200 groups? Some, even the Pentagon groups are fighting against the CIA-backed groups. You have the Arabs, you have the Gulf Arabs, and there's a rivalry between the Qataris and the Saudis. And then you have the Shia-Sunni divide. Then you have the democratic groups, Islamic divide. Then you have the Islamic State, and you have the Kurds and the Turkoman. This is just a place of confusion. And this is exactly how our Prophet ﷺ described it. He said that there will be a urban conflict, and that we should avoid it. So even from an eschatological standpoint, the Prophet ﷺ said, don't get involved, right? From historical and the problems of racism in Islam, don't get involved. From an astrological standpoint, he told us not to get involved. And our peculiar historical position in Islam as black people, as young black people, we should not be involved at all. It's like being a cockroach in a fowl's party. We should not be involved at all.